What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I'm LotusAsakura, the one who never knows best, and in today's video, here to talk to you guys about the brand new patch coming to Tekken 8. This is version 1.08.01, as you guys can see here. Dates, times, maintenance, all this stuff is listed here. There's actually a lot of new changes and information, updates, and even some balance adjustments coming to the game with this patch. You can see there's a lot of stuff here. I actually missed the Tekken talk, so you guys didn't see me cover it or talk about it here on the channel. I would highly recommend watching FeedyX's video covering it if you guys hadn't already. I watched his video to get my breakdown of it because I missed the Tekken talk. I don't know if that happened when I was still really sick or if it was during my subathon or whatever the case may be. But regardless, I was preoccupied elsewhere, so I missed it. I got myself up to speed, and now we have a lot of things coming to the game. So let's talk about it. So as you all know, Heihachi Mishima, latest DLC character, he's been added to the game. He's playable as of today, if you have the early access, or in a few days from now if you did not have the deluxe or ultimate edition of the game. New Tekken Fight Pass added to the Tekken shop. The Fight Pass has been pretty ass. I don't really know if anyone cares too much about that Tekken shop stuff. Not really too interested. Story, however, they have added the episode Unforgotten Echo story and alternate story, focusing on Heihachi, Lydia, and Eddie, running concurrently with the main story. I want you guys in the comment section to let me know if you want to see me upload a video of me playing through the story. I might play through the story today on stream, maybe after I'm done recording this video. And so it'll be on the Twitch channel if you want to see it, which by the time you're watching this video, I might have already done it or whatever the case is. But if you want it as a YouTube video, let me know, because I'll record it, but whether or not I upload it is going to be whether or not you guys want to see it. And in this episode, the DLC characters Heihachi, Lydia, and Eddie, and Genmaji Teppel can be played even if not purchased. Kind of funny to me that they're advertising that, because like, duh, like that shouldn't be like, oh look how cool. And like, I guess it's, you know, because you're only doing it in order to promote those characters in that DLC, hoping that people buy it after getting a taste or like a test run with it anyway, right? So this is like, y'all not slick, but regardless. They also added the ability to change the main menu character display. As you guys saw, you're now going to be able to pick whichever character in the game you want to show up on the main menu of the game, which I think is a really cool feature that I welcome a lot. I know that's something that we've been requesting since the game came out, and now you can finally do it, and I think it's pretty sick. This right here is also one of the biggest features. The online practice mode has finally been added to the game. This has been one of my most requested and anticipated features in the game. I feel like it's a little late now, because this is one of those things where you really missed the window, and like it's better late than never. But I know for me personally, I have multiple friends who, had this been in the game, I could have helped them get up to speed faster, train them better. Y'all know my Afro, you know what I'm saying? This would have been really helpful for helping Afro during our arc and everything like that. My homie Omega and some of the other homies that I have as well. Now I have a few friends who are probably still going to take advantage of this and train and practice and lab together online. But there are some people who, they kind of off the game already. And if this had been around, they could have gotten into the game more and deeper and everything like that, and they might still be playing. So it's great that it's here now, because I mean, this game is still very young. It's not even a year old yet. It's about 8 months at this point. So there's going to be tons of new players that are coming to the game over the next several years that this game is, you know, is alive and running. And there are people who will come back for this, or, you know, people who have friends are going to be able to get them to try this out, and then, like, you know, sneakily get them back into the game. But yeah, very, very welcome feature. Online practice mode, I feel like, should be in every fighting game. This should just be something that's in every game from the start, but I'm glad they're finally adding it. Change the layout of the Tekken Dojo and Battle Lounge, whatever. That's all well and good. Then here, changes to rank match. To enjoy intense battles between players of similar skill levels, rank points and matching specifications have been adjusted. Change the rank points that can be earned. So overall adjustments have been made to the points that fluctuate when competing against opponents of differing ranks. Reduce the rank points that fluctuate when competing against opponents with significantly different ranks. Note, the fluctuation amount when competing against opponents of the same rank remains unchanged. I've been very vocal about this, I feel like, in my videos, about how I thought the system was just illogical and stupid, and they changed it in a way that fits my line of thinking and my logic. So I'm very happy about this. I have been very critical about the point system and how I just think it doesn't make any sense. Now it makes a lot more sense. So I win. They also changed the matching specifications. The specifications have been modified to match players with closer ranks across all search criteria. For certain regions where matching has been difficult, the matching range has been expanded. Very good for players who have a limited player pool. I'm not entirely certain to what degree they really mean by this, because it seems that they, like, Shadow made a change a while back where matchmaking was based off Tekken prowess. Maybe now it takes into account Tekken prowess, but is more based on just the ranks being closer, which should have already been the case, because like the plus minus 2. I don't really know. We'll see once I actually start playing and then get some experience with how the matchmaking feels and what types of opponents I'm getting matched up with. But yeah, there's also been some slight buffs to like the training mode and being able to like reset your position and everything like that. Special style has also been upgraded a little bit. And then we have some character changes. So in version 1.08, in addition to the behavior adjustments of several characters, we implemented small balance tweaks based on recent online match data. For certain characters whose performance stood out, we reduced their effectiveness within a range that does not affect their behavior in order to maintain system stability. In the upcoming version 1.09 update, we are considering adjustments that will affect the behavior of certain characters, such as Dragunov and Alisa. Now, I do think Alisa is very, very strong, very obnoxious and annoying as well. She's one of my least favorite characters in the game. I'm surprised that she's in the league with Dragunov though, because it's not like you really see a ton of her competitively. And we have seen some players playing her at the highest level, a la Chanel, for example, right? Or Ao. But you don't see her anywhere near as much as Dragunov, especially considering the player who looks like they're the best in the world right now is Ulsan, who's won like 4 straight events, and he plays Dragunov. And there's other Dragunov players as well, but Ulsan's just the most dominant one right now. I know there's going to be some debate about that, whether Atif or Arslan are the best. Or well, Atif won this and Arslan won Evo. Well, Ulsan won DreamHack and I think Ulsan won Combo Breaker, right? And then EWC and just won Red Bull Golden Letters. And Ulsan's probably got a very compelling argument for being the best player right now, especially based off recent results. But maybe another topic, another conversation for another day. Regardless, this includes changes to the tracking performance of their attacks and the reactions of opponents when hit. And then here we have the patch notes. So we have 4 pages of patch notes here, which is a lot more than I was expecting. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Here we have a bunch of like system and mechanic changes and everything like that. It's just some very generic things, small changes that, I mean, they matter, but I don't really know if we really have to get into it. Like I said, the change to training mode, move list changes. The most important one, I guess, I would say is this one, the heat engagers and throws. The following heat engagers are throw moves, so they cannot transition into a heat dash. To compensate for this, hitting the opponent during heat with these moves will replenish remaining heat time. So as Asana, Dragunov, Eddie, and Jack 8, they all have heat engaging throws, and they now replenish some of their heat if you use that throw while you're already in heat. Note that King also possesses a throw move with heat activation capabilities. However, since the feature of restoring remaining heat time when the move hits in heat state has already been implemented, no changes have been made, because apparently King already had that and everybody else didn't. So King privilege, I'm not surprised. The rest of this, I mean, I'll have a link to the patch notes in the description down below if you want to check out everything in detail for yourself. So here we have Alisa to start things off. Balance direction for Alisa. In version 1.08, Alisa or Alisa was not subject to balance adjustments, only unintended behaviors were corrected. First things first, forward 1+2. The hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances of whiffing for certain moves. Slight buff to her. Oh, and that's it. I thought there was going to be more here for her, but I guess not. Asuka. In version 1.08, Asuka was not subject to balance adjustments, only unintended behaviors were corrected. So remember that this isn't supposed to be like a super crazy balance patch, and if they are making tweaks, they're supposed to be very minor. So I guess I shouldn't be shocked when some characters like Alisa, Asuka, or Brian have very, very minor or very, very few changes, because that's what we were told was going to be the case from the get-go, where it was only supposed to be bug fixes and changing unintended behaviors. So Asuka, her forward 1+2 expanded the hitbox upwards to reduce the unintended ability to evade opponents' high attacks. Okay, and then also on her down forward 3 and forward 2-3, the hitbox has been expanded to make it less likely to whiff against opponents in a down state. Brian. In version 1.0, Brian was not subject to balance adjustments. Okay, so I'm probably going to see that a lot. I'll only read these balance directions if it's different for characters moving forward. Then we have Devil Jin with a few changes here. I will say I better see all upwards arrows for him. In version 1.08, adjustments were made to Devil Jin to address unintended behavior, along with easing the difficulty of using Heat Smash. A change was implemented allowing Devil Jin to return to a standing position after Heat Smash is blocked, without transitioning into Morning Crow, making it easier to leverage his strength and powerful guard-breaking abilities. Additionally, similar to Heihachi, who was released in version 1.08, Electric Wind Godfist cannot be executed with the input forward. Oh, so they gave him the perfect electric input, which is forward, down, forward 2, as opposed to have to do the full quarter circle. I wonder why. While this change primarily aims to reduce command input difficulty, executing the most precise input from recovery state now allows the move to come out 1 frame faster than before, providing various advantages even in high-level play environments. So I understand the purpose, or like the effectiveness of changing that move, right? Because now you have an even faster electric, because doing that is faster than doing the quarter circle. And that 1 frame, just makes the electric that much stronger. Having that, what is it, electric to +5, Like I understand why that's good. I'm just kind of surprised that they gave it to him, because they gave it to Heihachi as well. So now they all have it. They all have it. Reina has it. Kazuya. So Kazuya's always had it. Reina had it when they added her to the game. Heihachi has it, and they gave it to Double Jin now. So all the Mishimas except for Jin, I guess, who's not really a Mishima, but he is, you know what I'm saying? All the true Mishimas have this input now. Interesting. Okay, so Double Jin not getting a ton of help. Gets a little bit better, technically speaking, but probably still one of the weaker characters in the game, I would say. Double Jin players, Dragunov. I better see all down arrows for Dragunov. Balanced direction for Dragunov. In version 1.08, Dragunov's damage on some of his exceptionally powerful moves was reduced. Other aspects of his performance are also being carefully evaluated, QCF4. And in the next update, adjustments are planned that will include changes to move tracking and the opponent's behavior upon hit, leading to changes in the character's overall behavior. So his Back 4-2 has been nerfed from 15 damage to 10 damage. Back 4-3 has been nerfed from 20 damage to 16 damage. QCF4 has been nerfed from 27 to 22, and the chip damage on block from 5 to 4. So these are really just damage nerfs, which Dragunov's damage is insane. There are other changes I'd like to see when it comes to maybe the properties of these moves and not necessarily just the damage, particularly as it pertains to QCF4, which I think is one of, if not the strongest move in the entire game. I think that move is silly beyond belief. So these damage nerfs do matter. Damage wasn't my biggest issue with Dragunov, but these are nerfs nevertheless. I still think he's going to be a very strong character, because part of the strength of Dragunov isn't just the damage, it's also just like the simplicity in his execution and his gameplay, like his game plan, and just like enforcing the plus frames and the mix-ups and everything. And it's just, which is, you know, the case for a lot of characters right now, but he does it so simply and so easily compared to so many others, and so effectively. That being said, sure, maybe now he has to hit you 3 times instead of 2 times. Like, oh, he's gonna do it. You know what I mean? Whatever. Balance direction, Hwoarang. I see a down arrow, up, up, down, up. Okay. Okay. What's the damage? Because I'm not gonna rant. But I don't think I've seen a patch note more mind-blowing in my entire life than when these niggas wrote in their own words, the character has not been performing exceptionally well, and then they nerfed him. I'm still pissed about that, I'm not gonna lie. In version 1.08, unintended behavior with Hwoarang was fixed. Additionally, after the nerfs made in version 1.05, due to the difficulty opponents face in countering him, it was felt that the compensatory buffs lacked appeal. Oh, you don't say. You don't say. Yeah, you fucking think? Therefore, some moves have been improved as part of a balance adjustment. The hit of Wild Rising 3 now allow... Wild Rising 3 gives you a guaranteed down 4/3+4 to hit consecutively on the ground, increasing... So you just get that, you just get free heat activation there. Furthermore, by adding chip damage to during left flamingo 4-3, Plink 4-3, and allowing Hwoarang to act first even if it is blocked, the offensive options from left flamingo stance have been expanded. Okay, Kelly. Okay. So, when heat activation is available, the hurt box has been expanded downwards, alleviating the issue where certain low attacks will whiff. His up back 4 changed the jump status from 5 to 15 frames to 5 to 17 frames to prevent being hit by low attacks before the attack startup. Sure. While standing 3, so the opponent's behavior upon being hit has been adjusted. Instead of knocking the opponent down for a follow-up attack, the new behavior allows the player to follow up on a grounded opponent using moves like down 4/3+4 or up 4/3+4/4. So before, when you would do a while standing 3, you got a guaranteed back 3. You know, you knock them down, they're grounded, you get a guaranteed back 3 follow-up. Now, if they eat a while standing 3, you get a guaranteed down 4/3+4, so you can activate heat, or you get to go into up 4/3/4 or 3+4 and just get full combo now. Like, and they have the downward arrow. But this is just a buff as far as I'm concerned. Like, I get it because you don't get the guaranteed back 3 now. So it's like, I don't really see in any way how that's a nerf. So is while standing 4 or while rising sorry, while standing 3 is just like plus 14 on hit now. It's just like, it leaves them standing as plus 14. If they wasn't cowards, they would have made it plus 15. Stop being cowards and make it plus 15. Why not? Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? So, oh no, is it plus 13 now? Down 4 3 plus 4, is that 13 or 14 frames? I think up 4 3 plus 4 is 13. Down 4 3 plus 4, I should know this, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Either way, I'm here for that change. I'm here for that. Then during right stance, down 4 3, the collision detection for this attack has been expanded downwards to make it harder to jump over the opponent. Sure. Then during left flamingo, 3 piano 4, and during left flamingo 3 piano 4 quick input, now deals chip damage on block. Modify the opponent's behavior on block for standard input version, increasing the frame advantage from -2 to +6, same as the quick input version. So you don't need the just frame anymore for the plus frames. You just get them for free now. Cause I'll be honest, I'm not good enough. I only ever get the just frame like by luck. Like it happens sometimes, but I Speed Kicks does that shit every time on command. You know what I'm saying? He's the only one. I don't see Edge or Chaos or anyone else like consistently always get the blue spark. Speed Kicks is a fucking nerd, so he does. But like, the only thing I don't like about that is that like, well, what's the point of the blue spark now? You know what I mean? Like, sure, this helps me. It's a welcome change, but now what's the point of the blue spark? Wow. Yo, bro, I guess I can't complain anymore. These two changes, I'm very surprised by. I'm surprised Hwoarang got any buffs at all. And like, it's not like I think these suddenly make him top tier or anything like that, but these are very, very welcome buffs that you know what's crazy? All I wanted was for them to change him back, to be honest. I just, like, if you just undid the nerf that you did, I would have been perfectly happy. We're officially mid-tier again, boys. No longer the worst character in the game. Let's go. Sorry, Double Jin. We did it. We did it. We're mid-tier. Let's go. I'm happy with that. Okay, let's move on. Next up, we have Jack. So, Jack looks like he wasn't changed too much. The damage on a mid-air hit has been adjusted from 18 to 15. This change aims to correct the discrepancy between the damage on mid-air hits and ground hits. Sure. Essentially nothing. Jun. During Heat and Genjutsu, her 2+3 fixes that the attack does not track the opponent when it whiffs, and then while rising 1/4, 1+2, the attack hitbox has been reduced to mitigate the unintended occurrence of hitting opponents who are behind you. I haven't seen that happen, but I'm not shocked. Lars is 1/1/1. The opponent's behavior on hit has been altered to induce wall stun. 1/1/1 is a heat engager that has the characteristics of having fast startup on the first hit, and 3 hits are a natural combo if the first hit counter hits. However, unlike heat engagers of other characters with similar properties, it previously would not trigger a wall stun upon hit. This adjustment aligns this move with those of other characters, allowing Lars' ability to pressure opponents against the wall to be more effective. Okay, so that is, you know, I mean, that's a buff to Lars, but I guess it like makes sense. It's just making him more in line with the other characters who have similar strings. Lee. Despite the month's return on hit, Lee's Heat Smash carried significant risk when blocked, so the opponent's block stun has been increased by 1 frame. So his Heat Smash is no longer -15 and it's -14. So that's a buff for him. I don't like that. And it's not because it's Lee. I just feel like low Heat Smashes should be launch punishable. So I'm not a fan of that personally. I just feel like low Heat Smashes should be launch punishable. It is what it is, I guess. Shout out to the Lee players. Nina with the most changes we've seen for any character. Okay. Although Nina has a high difficulty in execution, sure, she possesses excellent offensive sustainability and frequent opportunities to land aerial combos, boasting several strengths, particularly in close range combat. In version 1.08, considering the frequency of her aerial combos and the relatively low risk of her combo starters, the damage of techniques frequently used in aerial combos was reduced. So is it just damage nerfs? It's the same thing with Dragunov. They're just going to nerf her damage, which just like with Dragunov, like, yeah, she gets damage, but like, I want to see properties change, not necessarily just damage nerfs, but I'll take the damage nerfs, I guess. So during her heat smash fixes that the attack does not track the opponent when it whiffs, and alleviated an issue with the opponent with positional relationship with the opponent becomes different than intended when used near the wall. Hitbox was expanded on 1-2, 1+2, forward 1+2, down forward 1-2, 1+2, and forward 1+2. Adjusted to transition to a throw even if it hits off axis. So her 2-3 and while rising 3. Down forward 3-2. Change the damage of the second attack from 12 to 9. So slight damage nerf. Down back 3+4 and while rising 3+4. Exclusively for opponents performing side ukemi. Reduce the tracking ability when using it, preventing attacks from hitting opponents from behind during an ukemi. Nerfed her up forward 3 from 20 to 18, up forward 4 from 23 to 22. 1 damage, like nigga, hear your face ass, like what? QCF1 changed from 20 to 18 and changed the chip damage on block from 4 to 3. I mean, very, very marginal, very negligible changes. I don't really see these damage nerfs like really knocking down Nina and Dragunov too much. Which, not that I think the characters need to be completely nuked, but and then the final page we have here, Hall. In version 1.08, adjustments were made to stabilize the behavior of down back 2 and strengthen during deep dive down forward 2-1. While the move during deep dive down forward 2-1 was adjusted in version 1.05 to expand its versatility in ground tactics and aerial combos, its practical effectiveness remained highly situational. Therefore, the damage was significantly increased to enhance its overall utility. Because you know what Paul needs? You know what Paul needs of all things? You know what Paul's really lacking in? Damage. He just didn't do enough. The deep dive down forward 2-1, the damage changed from 20 to 30. Raven. In version 1.08, Raven received not only fixes for unintended behavior, but also a reevaluation of his 4-3. Due to Raven having many techniques with unique properties and somewhat limited counterattack abilities, it has been difficult to impose risks on the opponent's offense, making Raven a more challenging character to handle. To address this, 4-3 has been rebalanced as a combo starter with improved speed and reach, enhancing the character's overall usability. Also, the Heat Smash hitbox has been expanded. Heat Burst. So 4-3. Tornado is now triggered upon hit, but the damage has been nerfed from 23 to 17. And the frame advantage on block has been changed from -9 to -12, but reduced the distance to the opponent on block. So a bit of a buff and a nerf. They changed the properties of the move and made it something else entirely. I'm not a Raven player, so I don't know how they feel about this, but Shaheen with only 1 change. The following adjustment was made to address an issue where the second hit could not be blocked after the first hit connected from the side. So that's on his down back 3-4, and change the opponent's orientation to face forward when the first hit connects from the side. Steve. So it's 1+2 during wall combos at extremely close range. Reduce the forward movement in order to alleviate an issue where the positional relationship with the opponent becomes different than intended when used near the wall. And Lionheart 1+2 adjusted collision detection. Victor, his back 1-2 tracking ability to second has been enhanced exclusively when the first attack connects. Yeah, a lot of these are just, you know, bug fixes, unintended behavior fixes. Xiao Yu. In version 1.08, along with addressing unintended behavior, Xiao used command throws from her back turn stance were readjusted. In version 1.05, a universal change to reduce the tracking performance of command throws was implemented for all characters, which had the effect of diminishing Xiao Yu's offensive potential from her back turn stance in various situations. Boo-hoo. In version 1.08, the command throws from her back turn stance were redefined as homing attacks, allowing her to return to the strategies she could use prior to version. Did she need it? Unintended behavior fix, back facing opponent 1-2. When I'm putting the opponent in the second attack, hitbox sizes, she needed it, I guess. And then we have Yoshimitsu, who we're seeing a lot more of lately. I've been talking about this character. I don't think it's a coincidence that he's the character I lose to the most in this game. And that does mean that I got to do more labbing and I got to learn the matchup better. But I don't think it's a coincidence that this is the character I've been losing to the most. I also don't think it's a coincidence that we're seeing Kane and Trench perform so exceptionally well, that Sin performed so exceptionally well. Also, iMusician is back. I believe he just got sponsored by T1. He will be competing soon, and I expect him to be placing very well in whichever tournaments he begins attending. Version 1.08, Yoshimitsu underwent not only bug fixes, but also some balance adjustments. Regarding spinning evade, it was possible to easily and with low risk escape from disadvantageous situations, particularly when cornered by the wall or during interactions with certain character special stances. To address this, the health consumption has been increased to add more risk. We'll gladly welcome that change. Additionally, while adjustments were made to actions related to Indian stance in version 1.05, Some actions were inadvertently missed, so further adjustments have been applied. So, when hitting the opponent with 4, 3+4 and hitting the wall after, relax the input window for transitioning to an attack during Indian stance. The timing for executing attacks during Indian stance has been sped up by 1 frame. A back 3-3 or back 4-4. The health consumption has been changed from 4-5 to 8-10. They doubled it. You know I had to double it. Good shit. They relaxed the input window for this as well for all of these strings, and then forward 4-2 during hit from the front, 2 down, 3+4. The issue where Indian stance was inadvertently deactivated under the string conditions has been fixed. That's just a bug fix, really. They nerfed his spin. I'm happy. Just made it more risky, more of a drawback for using it. I don't like how Yoshimitsu is a I don't want to interact character, where like he just has all these options where it's like I refuse to block, basically. And I know that's like the name of the game, and it's like the game is about aggression, and Yoshimitsu is kind of like this counter character or whatever, but like between flash and the spin and everything, and it's just kind of like, when I get my hands on you, Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky, Yoshi, when I catch you, Yoshi. Anyway, those are all the changes. Those are all of the changes. Overall, I think it's a pretty good patch based off, you know, on paper. Now when I start playing the game, we'll see how everything plays out, but nothing super crazy. But some buffs from my boy Hwo, some nerfs where I felt like they were deserved. A couple of other characters got some slight buffs as well, just you know, like Lars just being more in line with other characters. Xiao Yu got her throws back. Yeah, I mean, I like what I read. What about you guys? You let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit this video with a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already so you can stay tuned for all the awesome content that I'm bringing you. And with all that being said, that's pretty much all I have today. Remember, that can happen to you, swing the bat. Later.